Alrighty, let's go. Welcome back into the Skooshi Sport Podcast, your round one review of the NRL. Just finished watching the replay of the Dolphins and the Souths game. High scoring game, especially in the wet. I'm in Brisbane. It was literally raining all freaking day. It was raining most of that game as well. And points galore. The Dolphins defense still not looking very good. But round one has concluded. I will see we had 6 games this weekend. The Vegas teams did not play this weekend. And then the Tigers were on the bye this week. So still got 6 games to cover for you. We had kind of all sorts. We had a few blowouts. We had 2 golden point. Oh, sorry. 1 golden point. Obviously, the other one was in Vegas last week. So, had a couple cracking games. We actually, probably the anticipated game of the round ended up probably being one of the worst games of the round, which is pretty out there. But pretty interesting sort of things, I guess, to look at after round one, which I'll go through with you. I'm going to spend probably about 7 to 10 minutes probably on each game. Don't want to just go for an absolute marathon, but obviously don't want to go briefly too much over it. But before we get into it, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're obviously listening, make sure you follow my socials as well. I've been posting reaction videos, my live reactions to the games pretty much. I think I did 6 out of 8 games in the week. I did the 2 Vegas games. I did the Thursday night game between the Storm game. And then I did the Warriors game, missed the Broncos game, and then I did the Sharkies game, missed the Manly game, and then I did the South game. So if you're looking for reactions, snip down to about 2-3 minutes. It's all there on my socials, especially the Warriors want to go absolute apeshit. That was such a good win. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Going to go start straight into the Storm and the Eels. Storm winning 52-4. Now, did not think this could get any worse for the Eels than last year round one, where I think they actually lost. I think it was 54-18 or something. So this has ended up actually being a bigger defeat. And yeah, they considered less, but this was just worse defeat all in all, because the hype around Parramatta is actually quite high this year. And this was just an absolute bloodbath. And it's actually ironic considering Jermaine Hopgood gets sin bin in literally 30 seconds in. And bring up the player set 30 seconds in, and Para actually won that 10-minute spell 4-0. They actually won it 4-0 with 12 men on the field and ended up losing 52-0 with 13 on 13. Isn't it just crazy how it works? They were hugely disappointing. I can't even think of any sort of standouts in the team. Maybe Dylan Walker, but Storm just ran absolute over the top of them. One of the main guys I wanted to talk about, there's so many standouts honestly in this team, but my God, Harry Grant. A lot of talk about end of last year, like Blake Brayley was like the best hooker in the comp in end of last year, which I can agree with to a T. We talk about Api Coruscant, we talk about all these options, especially when it comes to Supercoach, but just on an NRL footy level, Harry Grant is so by far the best hooker in the comp and in the world. It's not even funny, in my opinion. I think Blake Brayley is probably the second. It goes Harry Grant, Blake Brayley would be like down here, and then it's kind of the rest below that. He's just a freak, and he could honestly go very close to being the greatest hooker of all time behind Cam Smith. He's an absolute freak. The way he just gets time, the way he is able to produce sticks against, he just absolutely toys with opponents. He just absolutely toyed with the Eels all night. Obviously had a little bit of a, looked like an injury scare by the 60th minute. And just turned out to be cramped, so he should be okay for round 2 against the Dragons, but played 59 minutes in this one. He just tore the Eels apart. Just absolutely tore the Eels a new one this one. Scored a double in this one, 7 runs for 86 minutes. You generally don't see that from a hooker there. We had 28 tackles, 2 missed, but it was just the amount of time that he was able to give Jerome Hughes and Cam Munster and even himself was just absurd. It was just absolutely stupid. So yeah, massive shout out to Harry Grant. But honestly, you go through every single one of these Storm players and they were just absolute standouts. So I thought he was a bit quiet for the first half, 50 minutes, and then turned it on. Absolute awesome chip and chase try in the second half, and then support there in that last try at the end there to put 50 on. Thought Warbrick, he was really solid. Howarth was really solid. Moses Leo, a guy that I did not think at the end of last year was anywhere suited for first grade. I thought even in the trial against the Titans, I thought he looked pretty underdone. And to come into this one with all the drama that's been happening with Zach Lomax and not getting him, to put the trust in Moses Leo, put Meany to the wing, man, he was awesome. 14 runs, 171 meters, scored a try as well. I think he set up one as well, I believe. No, he didn't. He had 3 line breaks. He busted the line so clean, 6 tackle breaks. He was unreal. And the confidence that Leo's going to have and the confidence Kerry Bellamy's going to have now, having this back 5, I think is just huge. I think a lot of us potentially wrote the Storm off at the start, even a few weeks ago, with no Pappenhausen, no Eli Katoa, no Nas. What's going to happen? That sort of thing. And we just completely forget, and they go put 50 on the fucking Parramatta Eels in round 1, which is absolutely incredible. Thought Cam Master did his job. Thought Jerome Hughes didn't equate. I'll do a Supercoach review later on, but thought the way that Jerome Hughes played in this game was just outstanding. He was absolutely everywhere. 15 runs, 119 meters. He was so freaking good. 33 post contact, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists. He was absolutely everywhere. I thought Jerome Hughes in this one. He looked absolutely phenomenal. Thought Stefano looked really strong. Josh King as well. Joe Chandler, Sadi looked both really strong on the edge. Really interesting one because Sean Bloor, I've had no idea what's happening with Sean Bloor, whether he's back next week, whether he's back round 3, whether he's not coming back at all. There's rumours he's going to a Sydney club. But both these edges had their chance to play 80 minutes on the edge, and I think they both looked really good. Chan, 15 runs, 189 meters. Lasardi, 18 runs, 152 meters. Both had 70 post-contact meters there. Both were really, really strong in this game. 28 tackles or 27 for Joe Chan, 42 tackles for Lasardi in this one. Just a 1 miss for Lasardi. Obviously, Alec McDonald, even going off, gets knocked out in the first minute. And for them to work their way around that, as I said, the first game without Pappenhausen, the first game without Eli Katoa, Alec McDonald, a fill-in lock for Trent Euro. Didn't even have that origin lock in this game. And just the performance they put on was just an absolute clinic in this one. It was good to see Cooper Clark get some minutes. Thought he was really solid. Looks like he's going to be a sort of solid second row or solid middle for the Storm in this one. 22 minutes for 9 runs, 88 meters in this one. 12 tackles as well in the 22 minutes. That's a very, very strong stint from Cooper Clark. Looks like a very big body. Apparently he's lost like 30 kilos as well. He used to be a massive boy. Preston Conn came on for his little bit of a debut at the end, but obviously the story of the show was definitely the Storm. But I mean, I don't really want to touch on the Eels too much because it just went from bad to worse. I can't even think of a standout player for the Eels in this one. Obviously, you're allowed 4. You can have 4, bring on 4 players from your 6-man bench in the modern game. And Isaiah Iongi went off for a HIE near the end of the first half, and they bring on Josh Papali'i. And I was just like, why? For 10 minutes, it's just a wasted player. Sam Tuivasa doesn't even get on. Kemba Tuilangi doesn't even get on. Obviously, one of those two had to miss out. But for Matt Dory to play 18 minutes, obviously Dylan Walker is going to come on and play 30 to 50 minutes. Which just massively disappointing. They just got absolutely shredded in the middle in the last 20 to 30 minutes of the game. Obviously, Hopgood ended up playing 54 minutes. He was off for the first 10 minutes. I thought Riley Smith was so average. Jonah Pezzett, I get it's his first game in the 6th jersey for Eels, but I thought he was so freaking average. I thought Brian Kelly got absolutely torn to shreds defensively. The first try, they looked good. It was a good movement to the left with Sean Russell scoring, and then I was listening to the Guru podcast, and I fully agree. When the tough got going, they just did not want to put in. They just didn't want to put their hand in the fire. They didn't want to grit down. And as soon as they conceded that first try, I was like, oh, cool. Oh, cool. We need to probably hold them back for a bit longer. Couldn't hold that for the 10 minutes. We're going to suffer now. And yeah, they just absolutely choked and just let Harry Grant do whatever he wanted to them, and just Jerome Hughes do whatever he wanted. And the backs end up being too strong. This just caused some easy tries in the end. And, you've got Brian Kelly and Penasini in the centers there against Howarth and Moses Leo. And that's probably the strong point for the Eels is, you probably look at it and go, Penasini and Kelly are better center combination than Howarth and Moses Leo. And Howarth and Leo just looked like, it just looked like, I don't even know what that was. It looked like it was massively disappointing. I thought Moses tried harder. It's so clear to see this whole attack revolves around Moses, and he just could not get anything going in this one here. there's so many poor performances by this team. I thought Jack Williams, despite he played 80 minutes, 10 runs at 95 meters and 80 minutes is piss fucking poor. Junior Barlow, 56 minutes, 8 runs for 62 meters. Jermaine Hopgood, 9 runs. Jack DeBellin, 5 runs and 50 meters and 51 minutes. Like, what are we doing here? It's just massively, massively disappointing considering it was a rebuild year last year, and you can kind of forgive him in a way as Jason Ryle's first game as an NRL coach to concede 50, I guess, in their first game last year. But then to get really, really improved end of last year and then to have this performance where people actually tipped Eels in this game to go down there and win. They're only 8.5-point dogs. A lot of pressure on the Storm. Bit of revenge happening with the Lomax situation. And to throw up this game, which is, it was massively, massively disappointing. I said, no shining lights for the Eels. Massive credit to Melbourne. They just, again, proved that we forget them once again. I feel like started last year, we forgot about them once again. And they just proved time and time again. They got good coaching. They got good systems. They're just always going to be at the top. And after that one, how do you expect them not to be? Stefano, 239 meters. And Stefano's second year with the Storm, I'm expecting to have a massive year. And he's already proved it after round 1 for me. But yeah, massively disappointing for the Eels there in that one. As a massive credit to the Storm in that one there. Nick Meaney didn't even score. I think he was like the only back not to score. Joe Chan, Lasardi, both edges scoring a try as well. Farlogu got a double. Yeah, lots of the Eels. I think they've got Broncos next week at Suncorp, and I think they've got Dragons round 3, and they've got Penrith round 4. So they're literally in danger of potentially going 0-4. I would be expecting a massive, massive reply from them next week against the Broncos, although they're literally coming off getting a donut at home. They could be anything. This defense was so disappointing. I have no idea what to expect from the Eels in round 2. Moving on to the next one, my boys. I was not expecting this. Funnily enough, ironically, I went 7 out of 8 in tips, and the only one I got wrong was picking the goddamn fucking Roosters. Hell be it, hey? Warriors getting to win 42-18 this one, and honestly, I was so shocked, and just an 80-minute performance, I thought, mostly by the Warriors. Maybe we kind of switched off for a bit, maybe from like sort of minute 40 to minute 60. But I thought the first half was bloody rock solid, and then hold strong in that last 20 and actually score a couple tries. I was fucking stoked, absolutely fucking stoked. I was not expecting this. I wasn't expecting a hammering. I just didn't think we would be good enough. And the Roosters round 1 woes continue, absolutely continue. Honestly, I was not expecting absolute star of the show, Tanner Boyd. Where the hell did this come from? I don't know, obviously, whether the full preseason with the team. Looks like Luke Metcalf is actually ahead of schedule, which is really good news. Obviously, what I love to hear from the Warriors' point of view. But Tanner Boyd scored the first try of the game, absolutely ran it in through a dummy, which I was not expecting. He went 6 out of 7 with conversions. 11 runs for 90 meters from Tanner Boyd. And again, not expecting it. 1 line break, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists along with the try. 20 tackles to go along with it. He was unbelievable, I thought, Tanner Boyd. Just like controlled the game really well. What was his? I feel like him and Chanel, shared the kicking a little bit in this game. So Tanner Boyd 354, Chanel 142. I feel like obviously Chanel probably did a bit more of the shorter kicking. Just overall very solid. I was just absolutely stoked with his performance. I thought Chance was pretty solid at the back. Honestly, I could give a really good tick to mostly everyone in this team here. What I will say is one thing, I obviously don't want to put a big damper in this one, and I love the kid on attack, but I thought on defense, Ali Leatawa just kind of got shredded by Billy Smith in this one. Only had 8 runs and 92 meters in this one here, 37 post-contact. I want to see his tackles. He had 10 tackles, 3 missed. He let Billy Smith through for a line break for the Teddy try, and then he let Billy Smith score a pretty easy try, I thought, in the second half. Was a bit disappointing. I thought Pompey was solid. RTS, I thought he was absolute solid as a rock there. He had 16 runs, 167 meters. Jackson Ford, 22 runs, 218 meters. And I feel like I'm going to talk about Jackson Ford pretty much every week because it's kind of a shame because Barnett, well, in a way, because Mitch Barnett's probably back by round 3, I believe it is, maybe back by round 2. We talk about Jackson Ford because he's got all the talent in the world to do games like this. It's just consistency, 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 consistency. 22 runs, 218 meters, 112 post contact from Jackson Ford, 70 minutes in the fucking middle. We talk about Payne Haas. We talk about, Terrell May. Jackson Ford to do this is absolutely incredible. In the first game of the season, 24 tackles, 2 missed. And didn't have an error. That is the main thing. 0 fucking errors for Jackson Ford. That is so crucial. He had such a solid game. I saw it while I was watching. I was like, Jackson Ford is on fucking fire here. He just looks hungry. And exactly what I want to see Jackson Ford. The main thing for Jackson Ford, I'll talk about in next week's podcast review, is can he back it up? Can he back it up against the Raiders forwards is the main thing. I don't know if Josh Papali'i will be there. Obviously, he got a HIA. But that is definitely the main thing I'm taking away is can Jackson Ford back it up, and I want to see Ali Leitao back it up in defense. Otherwise, you got not sure what's happening with Rocco Berry, but you got a few other guys there. Like maybe you can push Roger into the centers, and maybe you can put AKP on the wing there. I'm not quite sure. Lecker scored an absolute beautiful try. He's a freak. 35 minutes he played, came on for Jacob Laban in the second half there. Thought Laban, interesting because he finally gets his starting opportunity. Finally, right? It sounds like he's earned it, all that sort of jazz. 6 runs for 39 meters in 46 minutes. 10 post contact, didn't really do a whole lot. 17 tackles for 5 minutes. Yeah, I thought he was pretty quiet in this one. Not a massive fan of that one. I think he missed an easy tackle on Angus Crichton as well. That's pretty concerning edge with him and obviously Ali Leitao on that edge. Especially when you got DWZ as well on that edge, known for coming in off his line as well. If he's going to have no confidence in Leitao and Jacob Laban, that's some serious concern. As I said, don't want to take away too much from this performance, but there's room for improvement. It's round 1. I get we put 42 points on, but definitely room for improvement when it comes to the defense side because I think all 3 of the Roosters tries came on our right edge. Roosters scoring down the left. And they were pretty kind of easy tries there as well. But overall, very solid. Chanel scoring 2 tries. I thought he was running the ball. He looked like he wanted the ball as well. 6 runs in this one here. He made 14 tackles, 4 missed, but just looked like he wanted the ball. He looked hungry. Scored 2 tries. Just really well put together performance by the Warriors there. Kind of let the Roosters in a little bit in like the 50th to the 55th. They were kind of unlucky to have a no try at the start of the second half as well. But then we bounced back. We had that try by Chanel and try by CNK at the end. They just held very strong defensively. But overall, got to say, Tanner was definitely the pick of the bunch for me. I just was not expecting it. Just considering the end of last year and how he finished. Full preseason with Tanner has obviously paid dividends in this Warriors team. So very excited to see how he backs it up next week. On to the Roosters, and yeah, round 1 woes continue for the Roosters. And what I got to say is I'll show you the team stats. I think they go to the discipline. They had 13 errors, conceded 11 penalties, and 3 ruck infringements as well. Honestly, it felt like more watching it live, but 13 errors, 11 penalties conceded. There's a lot of fucking turnover ball, a lot of obviously more sets for the Warriors. If we have a look at the completions, is there a way? There is completion sets. 36 out of 4, so 44 sets for the Warriors, just 38 sets for the Roosters. Yeah, massive difference. Warriors having 9 more complete sets, 56% possession, a lot more possession of the ball than the Roosters in this one here. And big talking point is still Trent Robinson coming out and saying, obviously whinging about the refs. For me, I think it's been pretty known for a few years now that the Roosters are one of the most ill-disciplined teams in the comp. And it still goes back to the refs. And fans can say, Roosters fans can say, yeah, the refs always stitch us up. But it's not like it's just shit luck that you're the most ill-disciplined team years in a row. And kind of proved it here. Even Tedesco's having a whinge. Sam Walker's having a bit of a whinge. I get it. There's maybe a couple tough calls there with like that. I think there's that Ioli no try in the first half, and then there was that who was that? I think it was Sam Walker that try, not Sam Walker. I forget who that scored that try in the second half. It was a no try. It was batted back in by Nwangi Twase, and batted in was it was planted in goal. I thought by CNK, but again, whinge here and there. Just seeing like after every penalty conceded, like oh come on ref, come on ref. Anyway, not talking about the downside of things. I did think Tedesco is very solid. This score try just proves again it's consistent every single fucking year. 19 runs, 186 meters, 39 post contact, 1 line break, 1 try assist, 11 tackle breaks to Teddy in this one here. Billy Smith, he got the potential for these games. He's got the potential, and it's just consistency. It just drives me insane because you have these games where we're like, Billy Smith can do this, and he had scored a try, obviously, 9 runs, 112 meters, 23 post contact, 2 line breaks, 1 try assist. Thought he was very solid. 12 tackles, 5 missed was a bit concerning. Obviously, Leia Tower had a bit of success against attack on him. But thought DCE was pretty quiet in this game. Thought Sammy Walker, some of his decisions in the halves were pretty questionable. I get it, he put Teddy through a clean hole and just tried also his unique things, but I think in the second half, like 20 minutes ago, Roosters had all the pressure. I think they had 3 sets of 6 on the Warriors line. They were down by 12 at the time. And he put in a grubber, tried to put in this grubber kick like on first tackle. And it's like, I get it. I love Sam Walker and what the ability he has to do, like this unorthodox play. But I think at the same time, there's got to be parts of the game where it's got to go, okay, we've really got to continue building pressure. Warriors are absolutely on the back foot. Score a converted try there. It's a 6-point game. Absolutely. And you probably would back the Roosters to score again and lock it up. I would have been 30 all at that stage. Just a couple of decisions I thought by Sam Walker in this game. I was like, probably could have been a little bit better there. Naf Y in the middle, 59 minutes, 17 runs, 191 meters. Thought he went pretty underrated in this game. 26 tackles, 2 minutes. Lindsay Collins, 44 tackles for 2 minutes. Nat Butcher, 57 fucking tackles for 1 miss. And it was a bit of a surprise for me in this one. Played 80 minutes on the edge for him to actually get the starting role over Siwa Wong in this one. Blake Steep came in and started at lock. But yeah, Nat Butcher was a surprise to me, starting on the second row on the right edge. And he absolutely proved it by a mile. Absolutely proves his spot. Obviously, with Radley to come back, I'd expect him to be named there round 2 to start there against Souths. Angus Crichton, I get that he scored, but fuck, I thought he was ordinary for his standard. 9 runs, 90 meters. Didn't really do a whole lot for me. Just the 32 tackles. I think he conceded 3 penalties, had an error there as well. Pretty off game by Critter standards. Gus, I'd expect them to bounce back. This one here, really bamboozling. 31 minutes for Connor Watson. Tell me why a Origin caliber player is playing 31 fucking minutes for a team like the Roosters. I get it. You've got Reece Robson injured, but is this how it's going to be for the season once Reece Robson is back? Connor Watson playing 31 minutes, and then you got Blake Steep playing 30. Like, I'd have to go back and watch it again to see who actually came in and played 13 when Blake Steep went off, whether it's Siwa Wong, Egan Butcher a little bit. Why the fuck is Connor Watson not coming on and playing a bit more lock, a ball playing role instead of just number 9? For me, if Roosters are to succeed and come finals time, and if Roosters are flying, Connor Watson is playing way more than 31 minutes. And this could just be a thing of there's too many cooks in the kitchen, but to have an Origin caliber player who's played Origin year in, year out as one of the best utilities to play 31 minutes, it's just a joke, in my opinion. He is such a good player, and have you know, as soon as he came on, in the 49th minute, they scored in the 50th minute, and they scored in the 55th minute. They scored 2 tries in the first 6 minutes as soon as he came on. It's not fucking rocket science to me. I was just shocked to think that he only played 31 minutes. He was the most threatening player in the field, I thought, when he did come on. I was scared watching when he came on, and they produced tries for no, it's common sense, really. I cannot believe he only played 31 minutes for the Roosters. But overall, pretty disappointing performance by the Roosters. They've got a big game next week against South, who just had a really good win today. They've had 2 days more rest. Obviously got a fly back from New Zealand, but now up against their arch rivals, they could be in chance of going 0-2. I would expect them to win that game, but the way the Souths look today, man, that's going to be an absolute cracking game next Friday night. Cannot wait. But Pretty disappointing by the Roosters in that one. Probably wasn't expecting that one, but yeah, the round one woes continue for the Roosters there. All right, next game we've got here was arguably meant to be the game of the round, but probably turned into the poo slinger of the week. Broncos, Panthers, 26-0 to the Panthers in this one. Massive revenge for the Panthers in this one here after the prelim final last year where Panthers got knocked out. Do we talk about the Broncos? Do we talk about the Panthers? I don't even want to touch on this game too much because one, Broncos were fucking ordinary. And two, I don't even think the Panthers were that good considering how much ball they had. They had 58% possession, had 7 more minutes than the Broncos ball in hand. They had 13 more sets of 6 than the Broncos in this one here. Broncos 61% completion rate. Panthers had 600 more run meters, 130 more post-contact meters. They had nearly double the amount of tackle breaks. The one for the Broncos is 19 errors conceded, 8 penalties, 4 ruck infringements. That is going to be one of the biggest shits off the bed games I've seen from the Broncos in not a long time. I feel like Broncos have had some absolute shiver games in recent seasons, but they managed to turn around or have passages in games where they turn it on for at least 15, 20 minutes. And this was just all out 80 minutes fucking shite. That did not even look like scoring. The chances that they had, error after error after error. I thought Reece Walsh was quiet. Honestly, there's not too many sort of standouts for this one. Payne Haas played 78 because Warwick Jensen, he went off with a HIA, I think, or injury in this one here. Man, the back five was disappointing in this one. Karapani, the biggest, 164 meters. Staggs, 100 meters. Shibasaki, 80 meters. Marin, 125. Walsh, 84. It was disappointing. Full fucking stop. I thought it was just an ordinary performance. No one really stood out whatsoever. It's just an absolute shit of the bed all across the field. Ben Hunt ended up playing 80 minutes in this one. He ended up starting over Ezra Mam. Ezra played 50 minutes in this one. Corey Pakes played 42. I'm not sure what's happening with the rotation. You only got All Blacks Tower playing 21 minutes off the bench. Ugh, it was just ordinary all around for the Broncos. And I'm just honestly, they just looked a bit undercooked for me. They looked how they did in the World Club Challenge, but managed to turn it on in the last sort of 20, 30 minutes in this one. Came up against a better defensive side in this one, and they just 19 errors. 19 errors by the Broncos. It was just absolute shocking. So I would not expect the Broncos to obviously continue this. I think they just Madge can just not even point blowing up, just put an absolute strike through this game and move on. That's pretty much what I'm going to do with the Broncos. They were ordinary in this one. Panthers are just obviously well up for this one. Honestly, if Panthers had that A game, they probably could have put 40 on the Broncos in this one here. Just looked from the get-go, they were pretty locked in, but the amount of possession and ball that they had inside the Broncos 20, I thought the Broncos defense managed to actually hold up pretty okay. And I know that sounds extreme, but honestly, it is the truth because if the Broncos defense was any worse, Panthers put on 40 in this one and win 40-0. It actually ended up being, this was 20-0 at one stage with 5 minutes to go, and Reece Walsh threw an intercept. So, it could have honestly only finished 20-0, which, considering how bad the Broncos were, they probably would have taken it. 4-0, inside 5 minutes. Reece Walsh dropping a bomb. Casey McLean picks it up. Dylan Edwards scored a really nice try. 18-0 at halftime. And then, Panthers didn't score a try in the second half until that intercept. So, yeah, Edwards did his damn thing. He was bloody good in this one. 260 meters, scored a really nice try as well. We had 25 runs to 260 meters. Yeah, he was absolutely everywhere. Back to sort of what we are used to seeing, 69 post-contact. Had a line break, obviously scored a try, 7 tackle breaks. He was really impressive in this one for me. Who else was kind of a standout in this one? I thought Blaze wasn't not too bad. I thought Cleary just did a lot of the players just did what they had to do. You look at Bizza, 18 runs, 175 meters. Probably a really quiet game by his standards. Isaiah Yeo didn't even play 80, still 17 runs, 165 meters, just did his damn thing. 28 tackles, 0 missed. Pretty typical game by Isaiah Yeo. 28 tackles, no miss by IPAP. Thought he was pretty solid there as well. What a big one here. Just seeing this 19 tackles, 0 miss for Blaze Talangi. Arguably one of the worst defending halves when he came into the team last year. And something he's obviously really improved in the offseason. It looked like he's bulked up a bit as well. Really good signs for the Panthers. The fact he made 19 tackles and no miss in that one there. He'll be pretty bloody happy with that one there. But not going to touch on this game too much. It was an absolute poo slinger considering it's the most hyped game of the round. Preliminary rematch from last year, and Panthers pretty much from start to finish were just all over the Broncos in this one. I think Broncos got Eels at home next week on Thursday night. They should just put an absolute strike through this one and just move on to Thursday night and see how they bounce back. Be very interesting to see how they bounce back against a team that conceded 50 last week. Look at this one on paper. Broncos should absolutely run right through them. Would not expect Walsh to have a quiet game like that. Would not expect the back five to have a quiet game like they did in that one there. All right, moving on to another dominating performance. Sharkies 50 burger against the Titans. Titans cannot win the comp along with the Titans. Eels shaking hands in this one here. 50-10. And the star of the show, Tricky Trindle, Balden Trindle, Braden Trindle, whatever you want to call him. Mate, shaved head has done absolutely wonders for Braden Trindle here. He was absolutely everywhere. And Sharkies from the get-go scored inside the first minute off pretty much a drop bomb by Keanu Kennedy. Kennedy getting the pickup there. I think Trindle got the pickup and he passed it to Kennedy for an easy try. And mate, from start to finish, it was just all freaking Sharkies. 34-0 at halftime. And the one thing I was thinking of in this one, obviously the Titans performed so well in the preseason, so bloody well, right? Like, I think they finished second in the preseason challenge. You cannot argue how well they played, but it just proves that trials do really mean fuck all. I think Storm and Panthers went 0-2 in the trials. Eels and Titans went 2-0 with two really good performances. Now, those top two teams being put 50 on, and then Storm and Panthers had two really clinical performances. Yeah, let's start with the Sharkies because they were easily the better team. Tricky Trindle, let's start with him. 2 tries in this one. He was just absolutely fucking flying in this one here. 6 runs, 55 meters. He had 1 line break, 2 line break assists, 4 try assists, along with 2 tries for Tricky Trindle. I think he had 130-something points in Supercoach. He was just on fire. Him and Nico were easily the best halves combination of the weekend. I'd say even better than what Munster and Hines were. Munster and Hines. Munster and Hughes. I thought Hines was really solid. Honestly, just did what he had to need to do. And a performance like that by the team is probably expected by Nico at this point. But as I said, Trindle was absolutely on fire. But 7 out of 9 conversions for Nico. Obviously scored 2 tries, 12 runs for Nico, which is really, I think, really important for this team. 101 meters. 2 line breaks in that one as well. 5 tackle breaks. Good to see Nico running the ball as well. 16 tackles, no missed as well. Jesse Ramian, I thought he was really solid. Scored a double in this one here. We know Ramian's got these freaking games in him. It's just he had such a down year last year. I think he scored 3 tries last year. Now, round 1, he scored 2 so far. 15 runs, 149 meters. Just need to crack my neck. 44 post contact, 2 line breaks, 1 try assist as well, 3 tackle breaks. Very solid game by Jesse Ramian. The left side did not actually score a try in this game, which I find super strange considering they scored 9 tries. KL Ero and Sam Stonestreet did not score. Still think they played pretty bloody solid. Will Kennedy, I thought, was really solid. AFB, 53 minutes, 18 runs, 200 meters, 80 post contact there. 28 tackles, 1 missed. Blake Brayley, 45 tackles, 2 missed. 8 runs, 79 meters. Again, I think he is a clear-cut second best hooker in the comp for me. Showed a bit of running play as well, which was what we saw at the back end of last year. But yeah, overall, just very solid. It was like boys against men for the Sharkies in this one, men against boys. What I keep thinking of for the Titans is just literally back to Jason Riles in his first game of NRL coaching last year, conceding 50 against the Storm. And it just reminded me of the Titans for this one with Josh Hannay in this one. First game as an NRL coach. Former assistant coach of the Sharkies, and Sharkies just knew exactly what to do. Craig Fitzgibbon just drew up the perfect game plan. and it was pretty much game freaking over after 15 minutes in this one. What I will say is credit to Titans fighting back early in the second half. They scored 2 tries, Semi Verrills and Fire Money. Shout out to Fire Money getting a try on debut as well. It looks like the kid's going to be an absolute weapon in this one here. Talk about the Titans briefly. Fire Money scored a try, 14 runs, 152 meters, 49 post contact in this one here. Wow, had to make no tackles. Right, that's very interesting. Keeney, I thought he was not too bad in a side that conceded 50, he was not too bad. The halves were diabolical. AJ Brimson, a shocker. Lockie Ilias obviously filling in for Jaden Campbell. He had an absolute shocker in this one, Lockie Ilias. I really like Lockie Ilias, but 3 clubs now in essentially just over 12 months, and you got to kind of wonder why. I hope he can bounce back. I think he's going to play next week, and then Jaden Campbell should be back. Who else is this? I guess somewhat. I thought Arama How they call him on the coverage. 80 minutes in this one. Obviously won the spot apparently over Josh Patson. Literally had 3 whiffs at scoring a try. Could have literally scored 3 tries. 11 runs, 65 meters in this one here. 31 tackles for 3 missed. Bo Fermor thought he was okay. Just, mate, you look at these run meters for the Titans. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys who 3 guys just barely scraped over 100. Fire Money was that one guy to go over 150 meters. Everyone else, Tino, what the fuck? Tino was so disappointing. 12 runs, 90 meters, 49 minutes. What the hell was he doing in this game? I don't know. 27 tackles. I thought he was bloody ordinary. Got itself on report. Very, very ordinary game by Tino. In this one here, thought honestly Cooper Bye on to because he looks like an absolute weapon. 28 minutes, 6 runs, 51 meters in this one. I actually thought he did something. 13 tackles. I get probably 4 minutes is not great. He actually looked like he was keen to actually do something, but man, it was pretty bloody disappointing by the Titans overall in this one. Here, Sharkies, can they keep it up? Obviously, they're flat track bullies, I think, at home and against bad teams. They have the Sharkies got Penrith next week. So that is completely other end of the spectrum, going from a team that's just, they've put 50 on and probably looking at bottom 4 now, to a team that's just knocked over the Premiers and left them with 0, the opposition. So I'm very intrigued to see how Nico and Trindle back up this performance against the Panthers next week. I think that game is in Bathurst as well. Moving on, Sea Eagles and the Raiders, probably game of the round. The Jamal Fogarty KO Weeks Cup in this one here, in absolutely bucketing down weather. And oh my goodness me, Manly could not have asked for more fucking ball in the first 15 minutes of the game. I don't think I've ever seen stats where in the first 15 minutes of the game, I think 15 minutes, Raiders did not even have, or Manly hadn't even made a freaking tackle. A freaking tackle in like the first 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes of this game, which is unbelievable. Literally, Manly had all the possession. They scored a couple minutes in. Tommy Turbo, who I thought looked really strong in this game here, and then scored all out. They're 14-0 up after 16 minutes. They're absolutely rolling in this one here, and you thought, wow, maybe they're not a bottom 14 like people are picking in wooden spooners. First game at Brookie looking fucking electric. Obviously you got Eagle Rock pumping in the background. Sellout despite all the rain. Packed out on the hill there. And I was like, man, Manly are looking good, riding all the momentum. Foggy's looking suited in. Turbo's looking good. And then they just slowly let Raiders back into this one. And it's an absolute credit to the Raiders. To be 14-0 down in that sort of environment, in the bucketing down rain, you got a kid essentially not debuting, but getting his first sort of big starting role with the Raiders, Ethan Sanders. You've got Noah Martin on your right edge. You've got Simi Sasangi there in your right centers. And for them to slowly work their way back into this game, Noah Martin, holy freaking dooly, 2 tries essentially in his second ever game, I think, of NRL starting, was absolutely awesome. And then just to cap it off, Ethan Sanders getting the winning field goal. The most nonchalant winning field goal you'll probably ever see in the NRL in this one here. Let's start with the Raiders, because I just thought they were so impressive in this one here. Let's talk about the main guy, Ethan Sanders, in this one here. Scored a try as well. Goal kicking 4 out of 5 here. Only did 5 runs, but it doesn't seem to be that kind of player to me. Obviously had a line break assist, and a try assist in this one as well for that Noah Martin try in the first half. 22 tackles, obviously getting the winning field goal. Noah Martin, I think he played 82 minutes, scored 2 tries in this one, 8 runs, 74 meters. He had 48 tackles, the most tackles for the game. Mate, sounds like he's won the spot over Matty Nicholson, and now I've heard Matty Nicholson's actually done his shoulder again in New South Wales Cup, so that's going to probably put him out for a few much longer weeks. I'm very excited to see how Noah Martin takes advantage of this opportunity. On top of that, Josh Papali'i, one of their enforcers in the front row, goes off for a HIA after 19 minutes, and for them to work their way back into this game, incredible effort, incredible effort by the Raiders in this one. Just absolutely ran downhill in the second half. Honestly, they were 28-14 up with 7 minutes to go, and then Kohler scores a try, Fogarty scores a length of the field try, and then they go for a 2-point field goal at the end of the game. Fogarty misses it, but 10 meters offside apparently, which looked like they were like 12 meters onside. Very questionable call, I thought, and lock it up at 28-all. And I said Ethan Sands kicking the winning field goal in this one here. Kohler, thought he was very good for the Eagles and Sea Eagles in this one here. So just go back to the Raiders. Thought Semi Sasangi, most run meters by the Raiders, 189 meters, 20 runs. A guy that's filling in for Matt Timoko at the moment. I thought he was bloody solid. KO Weeks, 188 meters in this one here. Just like not a lot of sort of down spots for the Raiders performance in this one here. Seb Chris, maybe 8 runs, 84 meters. Joe Tarpany, probably had a quiet game by his standards there. They just managed to get the job done, roll them over. Very impressive. Moving on to Manly, I thought Turbo had a very sort. He started really hot, and I guess he kind of went quiet in the middle. 19 runs, 193 meters, 40 post contact, had a line break assist, 2 try assists, 5 tackle breaks for Tommy Turbo. Kind of looks. Oh, sorry, camera's just mucked up there. But Tommy Turbo thought he looked very good in this one here. I said Kohler was probably the pick of the bunch for me for Manly. This one, 16 runs, 201 meters in this one, 49 post contact, 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist. Obviously scored a try as well. I thought the halves were pretty blasé. I don't think Brooks didn't really do much. I thought Fogarty was okay. Set up 1 try. I think that was for Ola Kawatu off the kick. I thought Paseka coming off, especially the Achilles last year, 55 minutes in the middle, first game back, 18 runs, 150 meters, 62 post contact, 30 tackles in the middle. Who else? Takiyaho obviously got injured after 14 minutes, so pretty solid performance by Paseka considering. Gerbo, 60 minutes. I didn't feel like I saw Gerbo too much, even though, what's happening here? Sorry, just going back. Never mind. Gerbo, my bad there. 60 minutes in the middle. Yeah, 7 runs, 50. Mate, if you're going to have 7 runs and 60 meters, why are you playing 60? I get it. He made 38 tackles, but I just don't feel like it's the type of player that Manly are needing to play 60 minutes just for 7 runs. I feel like they need someone a bit more dynamic in that sort of role there now. Yeah, Manly kind of just got killed in that second half, I thought. It was absolute clinical, I thought, by the Raiders in that second half there. Joey Walsh didn't come onto the field, which I thought was kind of surprising. I thought, they were down in the second half. They probably needed a kick into gear. I get it. They brought it back to 28-all. But I probably thought Joey Walsh should probably kind of be the guy to bring a little bit of spark on. But otherwise, yeah, I guess the back 5 were probably Garrick didn't do much. I thought Hopewada was okay, not too bad. Saab didn't really do a massive amount, I thought, in this one here. Interesting to see how they bounce back after a loss like this. I'm just very intrigued to see how the minutes work with Takiyaho injured. I'm not sure if he's back next week. Interested to see. I want to see Joey Walsh get some game time. Also, they used 4 forwards off the bench in this one here. Maybe it's because Takiyaho got injured. Maybe because it's pouring rain. It's not as dynamic, but still 57 points in a Rangi game. Interesting. Manly got Newcastle next week, who will come off a good win in Vegas. I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see how Manly sort of bounce back. But overall, very good win by the Raiders, especially at a tough location in tough weather as well. In the Jamal Fogarty / KO Weeks Cup in this one here. All right, and final game of the round, Dolphins and the Rabbitohs at a wet Suncorp in this one here. 70 points despite the wet conditions in this one here. Very high scoring affair, 38 fucking points in the first half. And let's start with the South Sydney Rabbitohs because they were predominantly healthy. They're missing obviously Humphrey's suspension. Cheese is out with a few weeks injury. But mate, that attack is looking fucking lethal. They looked bloody good on attack. They looked very dangerous. I thought Cody Walker had an awesome game. That left edge is going to look very, very good. Campbell Graham still scored 2 tries on the right there. Where to start? Let's start with Cody Walker because I thought he had a fucking brilliant game. He only even played. They pulled him off at the end as well. 12 runs, 71 meters. But mate, I thought he had 3 line break assists, 2 try assists in this one here. And what was the big standout for me? He forced 4 dropouts. He had a 40-20 as well. He was a toenail away from scoring a try by himself, which is a freakish Cody Walker try. Put a little grubber in, like a 3-meter grubber for himself, regathered it, and was a toenail away, stepping out of touch from scoring a individual brilliant try by himself. I thought Jai Gray, awesome at the back, scored a try himself. 12 ones, 162 meters for him in this one here. 4 tackle breaks. AJ also scored a try. Now 1 try off tying the record with Kent Irvine. Looks like I think he'll break it next week against the Roosters. Keep your eyes open for that one. Latrell, has to be his position in the future. Left center looks so freaking dynamic. Obviously kicking as well. 2 tries, 5 out of 7 conversions in tough conditions. 9 runs, 107 meters. He's not a guy that's going to get you 200 meters run a game. Latrell is an impact play inside the red zone here. 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist for Latrell. He just looked ready to go. He looked brutal in this game next to Fafita, and in between Johnson, you got Cody Walker feeding him as well. Campbell Graham, 2 tries in this one. The kind of forgotten man in this attack, it feels like. 13 runs, 161 meters here. 51 post contact, obviously scored 2 tries, had a line break in this one, 3 tackle breaks as well. Shout out to Ashton Ward, hope he's doing okay. Sounds like he's got a syndesmosis injury, just played the 41 minutes in this one here. Bud Sullivan ended up coming on. It sounds like Ashton Ward will be out a few weeks, which by then Jamie Humphries, I'd say, will be filling in. They've got a round 4 bye, so we'll probably expect Ashton Ward to see him round 5 if he does come back into the starting lineup here. They've just got to survive with Bud Sullivan next week, and I say Jamie Humphries will be back for round 3. But mate, Keon Koloa fucking Tungy, mate, 70 minutes, 25 runs, 253 meters, 93 post contact, 21 hit ups, 2 offloads, 23 tackles, 2 missed in that pouring rain, mate. What? Probably the best forward performance, I think, of the round, I want to say, in regards to stats. Obviously, Jackson Ford had a really strong game, but, mate, I was watching this game this afternoon, watching the replay of it. I didn't get to watch it live, and I was like, Keon's taking another run. There he is again. There he is again. Oh, he's still in the field. There he is again. Mate, fucking everywhere. What a machine. Obviously, he's going to get a lot of minutes this year before it goes to the Dragons next year, but, mate, an absolute weapon. Absolute weapon. Fafita, mate, 71 minutes, including the bin. If he doesn't get bin, he probably plays 80 minutes. Very good sign for 1 super coaches and 2 Souths. Definitely in this game here, playing 71 minutes. 20 runs, 171 minutes. Yeah, he looked hungry for the ball. That's exactly what you want to see from Souths. If you are a Souths fan, definitely 52 post contact. Had a line break, try assist as well. Beautiful. Just broke an Averillo tackle slightly and gets the offload to Alex Johnson. Sensational. 16 tackles, 2 missed. Thought Ewan Aiken was very solid on the edge as well. Just a lot of solid performances, mate. Cam Murray, welcome back to the NRL, brother. Obviously played around 27 last year, but didn't have to. But back starting now, 67 minutes in the middle, 18 runs, 169 meters, 54 post contact. He was absolute. I just saw he was everywhere. Looked hungry. 28 tackles, 0 missed for Cam Murray, mate. He is the captain of the side for a reason. I'll talk about him in my Supercoach review, but he is a big reason why he is such an influential part of the South team. Just a massive part. Ball playing, big impact on attack. Massive, absolutely massive game. I thought by Cam Murray. I thought Marmazolis was really solid. Talis Duncan played 59 minutes as well, which I thought was quite surprising in this one here. But yeah, just really solid. Tavita Totola, 18 runs, 152 meters. Just a lot. You compare this to, like, obviously the Titans. I get they got put 50 on them, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys went over 100 meters, and a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys went over 150 meters, compared to the Titans had 3 guys who just went over 100 meters. Massive, massive difference. Very, very good performance by the Souths. Obviously, there were a couple really bad missed tackles by Dolphins this one. How many missed tackles did the Dolphins have in this one? 37. Yeah, it looked like they had 37 missed tackles as well. Just had to do a lot more hard work than what Souths needed to, and dropped a lot more ball as well. 65% completion rate will not do a lot of favors. Saw about the Dolphins briefly. I thought there were a couple standouts, but just defensively, I thought they were really poor. I thought Hammer was really, really quiet in the first half. 8 runs, 122 meters. Mate, a fullback having 8 runs of his caliber is not good enough, I think. 1 line break. He had a really good try, but apart from that, super bloody quiet. Didn't really do a whole lot. 2 offloads. 2 tackle breaks. Yeah, 8 runs is not good enough. Asako, not too bad. Scored a try off a freakish Katoa movement at the end there. Avarillo, thought he was just got torn up defensively. I get it, he did score, but mate, 8 runs, 164 meters. What was he? He only missed 1 missed tackle? Really? Right, that's where it happened on that right edge. Izzy Katoa missed 6 tackles. That's where a lot of it was. I was gonna say, mate, that right edge got torn apart by Latrell Fafita and Cody Walker. Speaking of Herbie, 17 runs, 154 meters, mate. He just keeps doing the damn thing and scored a try as well off that grubber. 57 post contact, just looked involved. 19 tackles for 1 missed as well. He wants the ball every single fucking set, and it's just such a vital part of this team. Cobbo, I thought Cobbo was bang average, man. A lot of hype around Cobbo in the preseason. I thought he was pretty bang average. He had his one really good moment, I thought, with that line break setting up that try, but thought he was pretty bang average. 15 runs, 155 meters, had a line break, try assist as well, but thought apart from that, just didn't really do a whole lot. I thought he looked a bit blasé. Looked like he was going to drop the ball a few times. Yeah, a bit ordinary, I thought, from Cobbo, but I'm sure we'll get some improvement. Izzy Katoa tried his harder, but had a run. He ran through a line, but brought back for obstruction early on in the game. Yeah, mate, the try assist he had at the end of the game was freakish. The one to Osaka with like a minute to go. Absolute freakish. The ability he has when he's got the ball in his hand just look like he has all the time in the world. Kind of reminds me of like Jerome Hughes a little bit. He had a really good line break, assist, and try assist to Fine Fuyaki in the first half. Ran the ball on the last tackle, just put him through a gaping hole. 2 line break assists, 2 try assists. Obviously, 6 missed tackles is a bit concerning there. Titans should be targeting him next week, I'd say. Tom Gilbert and Flegler, didn't think they did a whole lot in the middle there. Didn't run for over 100 meters there. Thought Fine Fuyaki is very solid. 13 runs, 160 meters. Scored a try as well. 52 post contact. Had a line break as well. 30 tackles for 4 missed. Thought Morgan Knowles, 51 tackles, 4 missed in this one. First start in the NRL for the Englishman there, 67 minutes. Didn't have a massive amount of runs, which is a bit meh. But again, a lot of tackles to make up for it. Just a lot of blasé performances, I thought, for the Dolphins. Dropped a lot of ball, I thought, as well. Let's see their completion rate. Yeah, 65%. I said it's not going to win you a lot of footy games in the NRL. So I get it, they scored 30 points, but again, they conceded 40. And considering I think they were the worst defensive team last year, you wanted to see a lot better performance by the Dolphins defensively in that one there. Conceded 8 to 4 line breaks, 37 missed tackles. As I said, they even had the most average set distance out of those two, but completion rate, shocking. Just lost the run meters. They didn't have I think they had 1 penalty, which was near the end of the game. 5 forced dropouts, all by Cody, which I thought was just clinical. Yeah, 37 missed tackles is not good, and you concede 40 points at home on your home deck in the wet as well. Does not scream anything good, really. 14 errors. Get South had 13, but just took really advantage of the opportunities that they had. Yeah. Interesting one for the Dolphins. They've got Titans next week, Queensland Derby. Very intrigued to see how they bounce back from that performance there. Christian Wolf would not be happy. Lions coming off conceding 50. That scoreline could be fucking anything. I'd expect probably another scoreline, 50 or above in that game there. Yeah, be interesting to see. So interesting to see where the Dolphins. A lot of people have picked Dolphins to finish finals this year, which is obviously not out of the realms. A lot of people are high in South this year, and that kind of proved it. And how that left edge, if they stay healthy, can combine, because Cody Walker looks good, Fafita looks good, Latrell looks good. You got AJ on that wing there. You got Humphries to come back. You got Cheese to come back. You got Keon in his last year. Mate, that is going to be a very, very threatening team. Cam Murray, stay healthy. You got a very, very threatening team with South Set. But that'll do it for me, guys. There is your round 1 review of the NRL. We are fully back. We've just got the Tigers left to play and what every team would have played. But let me know in the comments, guys, or send me a message on socials what you thought of your team's performance. Anything I particularly missed. Obviously, I could probably talk about this round for close to 2 hours, but I don't want it to be a 2-hour-long podcast. Just kind of want to, touch base 10 or so minutes on each game there. Maybe a little bit longer for others, maybe a bit shorter for others. But it's round 1, right? Like, it's ripped the Band-Aid off. Kind of things I kind of expected in round 1. But there's a few things that were definitely, I guess, surprising to me in round 1. Definitely, for sure. Few teams to watch next week in regards to bounce backs. Titans, Eels, Broncos, all looking at you. Roosters as well. I'm going to add to that list there as well. And a couple teams I'm looking at to see how they keep it going. Sharkies, big one. Warriors are probably the second one there as well. I guess Rabbitohs, want to see how they go against the Roosters as well next week. But yeah, that'll do it for me, guys. I'll be back. I'll have my Supercoach review coming out around the same time as well to review all things Supercoach. Very high scoring round 1. But that'll do it for me, guys. I'll see you for Supercoach review and TLT later in the week. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and cheers.